Now you notice these little goosenecks? Our lights in these rooms go up and down. So as the plant canopy increases inside of the flower rooms in this facility, those light systems that have vents that run the hot air out go up or go down. Last year, and you'll see this when we pull this note up, I think my whole gas bill for that 40,000 square foot facility in Denver was about $5,000 for the year. Because I have enough residual heat that I can choke it off and manage into the facility, where I'm getting a good heat signature that stays with the building. During the summertime, we bring in fresh air in the morning, we seal up, in the evening we exhaust, bring in more fresh air, we use carbon filtration, and where we're growing there, it's called Montbello, but it probably should, I think people call it Potbello. It's about a 4 square mile industrial park, and there are probably 40 or 50 grows. Beside our facility, there's one beside us, one behind us, one a block over. The U.S. Postal Service is right there next to our facility. I mean, it's a very interesting mix of places. We run, just once again, we try to run a very clean facility.
How tall are those rooms?
These are 10s, but we've gone to 12 feet. So we typically like 12 feet clear inside of a room. We get better plant growth that way. And the 10s, now that we've shifted to double-ended technology, we're getting much better plant stretch. So in the old days, 10 was enough, but we're typically running out of flavor, and so we're shifting somewhat. Extraction. Let me stop for a second because I started talking before I answered more questions.
The area you're pulling into the room, are you running it through an egg area before it comes in?
Comes in from the plenum.
Whatever's out there is what you're running in?
Well, because we're pulling through a microfiltration and fine filtration, and then it goes to UV, those Stolz units are really only gulping air as they need it because they manage the room. So once that room is at its stasis point, it doesn't pull any fresh air in, it just manages the room temperature and the humidity in the room. Unless you open the door and walk in and have some, they're always overpressure a little bit, so when you open the door, you're going to get a little natural puff. They're not negative, so you're not pulling stuff in from the environment. They're always going to be a little overpressure. Yes, ma'am.
Have you had any kind of visit from any kind of federal agency whatsoever? Like
Oh, yeah.
EPA, OSHA, any of them people?
OSHA, we get visits once or twice a year. We have an OSHA plan that we maintain for our facilities. Never EPA. The Fed showed up in Denver about 3 weeks ago on a witch hunt we heard, and there's supposedly some great pictures of a drawing board with people that they want to shut down because they think Colorado's too crazy, but we have that happen probably once or twice a year. We hear all kinds of crazy stories. For our facilities, typically OSHA, and the MED locally is going to be your inspection point. We see the MED maybe once or twice a year. They can be a little dictatorial. For example, Josh's facilities right now are on administrative hold because one of their partners from 2 years ago was caught up in a raid called Toker Poker or something like that in Colorado, but he was never charged. So they did their inspection about 2 weeks ago, and when they cleared the inspection, somebody said, oh, well, Tim was just charged. He's got charges against him. He's an owner. Shut him down. Because the criminal charges are you can use that to shut you down. Well, Josh and his partners had no idea that it happened, so obviously they're appealing it. They hopefully will have that removed. Well, they can still grow and keep working, but they can't sell any materials. So they're hoping to have that resolved this week. But sometimes you don't know what's going to happen to you, and sometimes unusual things sneak up and bite you in the butt. So, young lady right in front of you, sir. Ma'am?